Hey guys, I'm Joe Kurtenbach with Guns and Ammo, and today I'm joined by Phil Strader of SIG Sauer. Very exciting stuff coming out of SIG for 2021. We're looking at a couple guns designed for carry. A little bit of things that'll be familiar, but a lot new going on. So Phil, what are we looking at first?
So first we're going to look at a new Legion product that we're introducing. It's actually a 320, and it is the 320 X-Carry Legion. Now, you've probably heard of the X5 Legion before, and this has a lot of those similar features. It has a XGrip module for that extra weight. It has a skeletonized Legion trigger, so it's a little bit lighter trigger. Obviously, it has a mag well, it has your Legion magazines. You get 3 of those in the box, as well as your Legion coin and your Legion membership and that kind of thing. But then it kind of differentiates itself from the X5 a bit, if you've noticed.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of features we've seen before that have been very successful in the P320. I do want to note that that heavier grip is going to help control that recoil, which is always great for shootability. But I noticed that the barrel is something I haven't seen, as well as those sights.
Well, yeah, we stopped making the 320 carry tac ops, and that had a threaded barrel in it, and we wanted to go back and start putting threaded barrels back in our guns because people get excited about it. But this one's a little bit different in that we have moved away from the 13.5 left-hand thread, and now we're going to a 1/2 by 28. So it's just to have more compatibility with more, products and kind of bringing us into the 21st century a little bit.
I'm sure a lot of people will be glad to see SIG going with a more universal thread pitch there, at least for the American market.
Yes, I am excited as well. Also, one other thing that stands out is you'll notice there's a suppressor height front sight here, and that's great because if you take the sight plate off and mount an optic on it, we have a notch in the Romeo 1 Pro in the back, and this will actually co-witness with that pretty well. But it goes a little further than that. The Legion marked adjustable rear sight, which you kind of see on the X5 Legion, it's a lot different in that this is a adjustable night sight. So this is a night sight adjustable setup, and which is kind of nice because if you use an old school suppressor, put it on and your point of aim or your point of impact is shifted, then you can just adjust your sight like with a little screwdriver, and you can adjust your sights as necessary. So it's a pretty cool little feature, and we can't wait to see how it does.
So we've got the P320 Legion X carry, but that's not the only gun with carry intention that you guys are introducing.
Wow, look, see that? You see that transition there? I see what you did there. Very good. Yes, you're right. So when the 365, unless you've been living under a rock, your viewers probably know what the P365 is. So when that gun launched, it was a huge success, and it's basically a 17.5, 18-ounce, 9mm high-capacity pistol, and it did really well. But one of the obvious effects of having that light a gun and chambered in 9mm is recoil. And we had gotten a lot of requests for something that would recoil less and appeal to people who are recoil sensitive with smaller hands, less racking force, that kind of thing. And let's face it, there is a market for that. It's the 380 market. And so we have come up with the 365 380. This is the gun that a lot of people, believe it or not, have been asking for. There are some really nice things about this gun that are going to make it stand out. First, and obviously, is the mag capacity has not changed. We're actually able to use a very, very similar mag as the 9mm, and we just shimmed it. We put a shim in the back of the magazine that's actually attached to the locking plate, pushes the rounds forward. We extended the feed lips a little bit, and we've had great success in the engineering. This is an engineering validation test gun. So there's a prototype, but it's basically as close as you're going to get is right here. But yeah, we're able to now have a gun that with a lot less cycling tension. It's very easy to rack the slide. Obviously, you're going to have the recoil of a 380. So anyone who's recoil sensitive will not have that issue anymore. It's going to come standard with SIGLITE night sights. But all in all, it is a 365. It's just the slide has been, squatted down a little bit obviously for weight savings. We've got to make the slide a little bit lighter. But since we're using the same grip module, same fire control unit, and pretty much everything's similar. I've got 2 holsters here, Precision's holster, and it fits right in. And this is a keeper's concealment. These are the holsters I carry, by the way. These are my holsters. I carry a 365 9mm, and they fit right in with no issues. There's no fit issues. Now, if you have a holster that is dependent on the locks into the chamber, the top of the chamber, something like an ALS, although I don't know if they make any of those for this gun, it could be a bit more holster sensitive, but probably 95% of your 365 9mm holsters will be compatible with the 380. And it's a great shooting little gun. It's so little recoil, and it still maintains that shootability, the high capacity. These will be offered with 2 10-round mags and extended in a flush, just like a regular 365. And of course, we'll have 12-round accessory magazines for those who want that extra little extension on the bottom and an extra couple rounds. So we're very interested to see how that's going to go. These are both scheduled for a Q1 launch. They're both in the process of being validated engineering and development-wise or design-wise. So this isn't just a prototype we built together last night. These are actually test guns that are being shot. We're going to actually take these to the range and shoot them. So we're excited about it. We're scheduling both of these for a March, April ship date, and I don't see anything in the way that's going to make that happen, any obstacles, because the tests are very low risk, and we're pretty excited about it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going with our product line, at least for those two guns. Now we have a lot else coming out, later in the year, and we expect to show those probably in the May-June timeline. But as far as right now, these are what we're going to market with, and we're going to see what kind of impact they have.
Well, it's very exciting. The P320, X-Carry Legion, as well as the P365 and 380. This is very exciting stuff from SIG Sauer. Thanks, Bill.
Oh, my pleasure.